Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a brilliant game. We'll have Phear eSports versus Glowing Weapons.
Glowing weapons. I have notes. I know this time.
Yay! I just had to change the positioning.
I
And
didn't know last time, so
that's fine.
it's good to be able to actually know things, any of them.
Silver is off the top of my head. Silver is quite familiar. He's no, he's a very good Shifu. Hasn't been able to get that far up though. It'll be interesting to see if he's got some new tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, a good Shifu is always terrifying. Seeing that Shifu Jade combo just means we're seeing pure DPS out the other side. And I hate to say it, but glowing weapons are going to be terrifying. And not just because their weapons are glowing.
As we go into the middle, just quickly trying to get a few snipes out. Possibly the only issue here is glowing weapons has a very big lack of support healing, so you got to be very careful at the positioning of that Jade. Bunny Bear being able to block most of that damage. Good in cap, double snipe.
Great end in the slash, and that actually did open them up to the orb snipe, unfortunately. The material out of Silver will allow him to do a lot of close range damage onto Bunny Bear, but in the HP you can see the red side is still behind, and they don't have the heals to come back. They need to pick econs now, while they're able to roll incapacitate. No, they've waited too long. The ultimate. Great pop out of Bunny Bear to just completely eat up the Jade ult.
Yeah, complete miss there by the Jade. Eken's just miss on the skip Phear, but Silver has to be good in cap. Decides to just try and snipe the Ekans, but it's no good considering that he has a barrier. And as looks like with that Phear, we may be seeing Silver go. No, they're going back onto the Jade into the center. That'll be 1 and counter 2. As we go 1-0 in this best of first of 5. I'm going to...
Yeah, and that was just a... It seemed like they didn't have the focused DPS they need out of that roster. If you want to run double DPS, I think you have to focus, you have to work together. And they weren't doing that, they were both just kind of poking and doing some chip damage, and they eventually succeeded in making Bunny Bear angry, and he murdered them both. And if you're doing chip damage, that's fine, but if the other side is a healer, then the chip gets erased. So they need to focus and burst down one person at a time.
As we go into second round, trying to... just Jade's a bit too far away to deal much damage. Good double in cap, but Jade's in the wrong position, just going to focus on Ekans. Orbs up. 16, grab, ooh. So, Bunny Bear, you can actually grab the orb from the looks of things, as Silver is on very low life. Double grab. Oh, the ultimate allows for pretty much infinite grab, which is quite fun to see. Good ultimate. Last 2 hits are wasted on Bunny Bear as he leaps away. Stealth gets the orb on red team for Jade. Ekans.
Silver pushing out, nice tendon swing yet again for that incapacitating Furious close range. With that furious spear slash to grab the first kill onto Lucy, that could be key. There is no heal on the other side, now it's just 2 DPS versus Bunny Bear's own. And so far Bunny Bear is actually just not able to land successive hits on anyone. I did believe that he got that orb again, and the ultimate is available on Jade. That should be Bunny Bear falling, and it is. Rukon down, and 1 point to the good for glowing weapons.
I'm not sure what exactly went wrong there. I think they just had their focused on Ekans just right on the side of glowing weapons. Just having a look at the Battlerite right now. Blast Shield, Companion Potion, and Weakening Toxic. I think we've seen this mostly out of every build. Wicked Strife, Leech Blade, and Gorge. Classic. Actually, no. Just quickly, this Jade is not going when you go immaterial when you go stealth, so is not an immaterial Jade here. As we go into round 3, Jade having to use the cluster shot to get Bunny Bear away. That consume stops the snipe. Silver on extremely low health for this half, trying to get good grab, Phear away. Immaterialized, had to do that. Eakins getting
nice
a little bit too
harpoon.
focused.
So they need to get Eakins, right? That's their target. Once Eakins is down, Bunny Bear is easy-ish. I mean, it's still a very, very angry Wraith man, but especially with that nice tendon slash being landed, they're able to just kind of back off kind of between the two DPS champions and hopefully come out on top. It's a better prospect than trying to do chip damage over time. But that means that as we get into the next round, you need to start worrying in advance, how are we dealing with it? How are we protecting Lucy? Because now it's out there in the open, glowing weapons are going to focus down that Lucy. If you're Bunny Bear, how do you protect the Lucy?
That is a very good question. Stealth resets the cooldown of Snipe. Disabling Shop instantly loads. And we got a Slayer choice by the Jade. So this is a very interesting Jade Battlerite choice right here. Usually we see all that just build everything in stealth. No, she thinks she can just ignore the stealth and get away. Good panic onto the immaterialized Shifu. Silver trying to avoid getting all the damage dealt to him. Bunny Bear on full HP. It looks good consume to avoid all the snipes there. That consume absorbs all bullets. As Eakins tries to run away, barrier on him, trying to get that Phear. Silver, what are you doing, man? Get out! You are on very low health, and you are right next to Bunny Bear.
Bunny Bear chasing down that kill, and that's kind of what I was calling out. You can see Bunny Bear, he's switched over. Instead of going after kills even, he's just focusing on chilling next to Eakins, making sure Eakins is safe. And that won them the round.
The burst damage from Bunny Bear's ultimate is insane. Plus also you can keep trying to grab for the entire game. It is quite crazy. Round 5.
And the grab onto an ally is it's a very interesting mechanic. It's kind of like actually the harpoon over on Shifu, because you can just go, oh look, Silvered wailing on, just, you know, purely hypothetically, if there was, say, a Shifu that was very aggressively chasing down a Lucy, then theoretically, this Rokan could go ahead and grab on over, get into that fight instantly, and start helping out the Lucy. Hypothetically. Not saying I've ever seen that.
I've seen it once or twice, but it is saved because it is an EX move. You gotta worry. You gotta save that. It's a choice between saving your ultimate or saving your partner.
But I don't like this. Look, they're splitting up again. They're spreading out, and this means although Bunny Bear is getting the support in the short term, if he lets Eakins get obliterated in the opening phase of this fight, it's going to be very bad for him later on. There's the orb snipe by the red side, glowing weapons. Now with their truly glowing weapons, Silver already at half HP can be panicked back, and that will allow the ultimate out of Bunny Bear if he can just land the damage, and it's in fact Eakins to get that first kill. The tendon slash does get both incapacitates, and Silver now driven back and slain in submission. He gave up. He knew what was happening.
3-2 already. In favor of our good friends at Phear eSports, but it is very close. We're going to just go straight back into it. No more Battlerites available. Trying to grab onto the Jade. Jade is impossible to get out of situations when she has everything used. Just having to stealth away, countered, immaterialized behind Bunny Bear. And Eakins positioning, that's a good petrify. Welling Slave to get some more damage onto the Shifu. Shifu having to counter again. And Eakins is just knowing what he's doing. He's positioning himself in the correct place all the time, running away, while Bunny Bear just wails on the opponent. Silver already down to almost 25 health. As that's an interesting jump, trying to jump into Eakins, but unfortunately Bunny Bear was right there to help. Consume, C cancelled, trying to, now Silver trying to leap onto Eakins, but Eakins has the advantage here. Good ultimate, trying to, nope, never mind!
Oh!
Survives on a
That was
slither
a great
of health.
assassination. Silver able to save his ally with only 5 HP, and that means Eakins now with 90.
Deadly
It's
poison?
a very winnable 1v2. That's the first kill. Now he just needs to stop his opponent, his Jade, from being able to get Orb. Maybe if Orb can be sniped, and it is! Now, 49 HP versus 100. This is doable, especially with the higher DPS over on Jade, and Eakins is already taking the majority of the damage. There's the snipe coming out. The stealth will allow another, but it's read perfectly! Great! I believe that's called the Clarity Flask, flying all the way out and blowing the snipe off target. Now there's the ultimate flying out from the Jade, doing a lot of damage onto Eakins if the Orb snipe comes through yet again, but no it won't. Eakins will come out on top of the panic, driving him into the wall. Deadly injection. The follow-up from Eakins is very close.
Deadly injection,
and
1
he's gonna be
HP.
able to get
Nope.
the poison and the kill.
That's a very, very close sudden death round. 4-2, we are at match point. Our Phear eSports boys have to just win one more round. Glowing Weapons have to win the next 3 as we go into this next round. Glowing Weapons trying to work out how to get back into this match. And it looks like they're just, oh, Bunny Bear just trying to go in onto the Jade, but Silver's just having the same idea, going back onto Eakins. What are you doing there, Bunny Bear? They're just stuck between 2 players and unable to get damage on both. Oh, good Petrify. Trying to find a good leap into the center. Snipe. Is absorbed.
Oh, the cancelled whirlwind. But it comes back out. I take it back, it works out. He still grabs quite a bit of damage on Eakins and chasing him down now. It's a great opportunity. Bunny Bear, of course, at the same time wailing onto the Jade, but the damage is still predominantly over on Silver with only 37 points of HP. Bunny Bear, the immaterial comes out at just the right time, but you still have to very, very much worry about him because he's barely staying alive here. It will still be a fair bit of damage.
And there's the grab.
No kill through.
Silver on very low HP has to counter immaterialize. He has to get away, not walk into the hands of Eakins. That's a panic, and that could be his death. No, he can't counters again, and there's the ultimate from Jade taking the orb. Bunny Bear is on extremely low health, but so is the entirety of Red Team. Silver on a sliver on health, and that will be his downfall. Deadly injects onto Jade, has to jump, is unable to. Congratulations to Phear eSports going to the semi-finals. 5-2 against Glowing Weapons. A very valiant performance, honestly.
And it's kind of interesting, you know, that's a terrifying DPS meta pick right there over on Glowing Weapons. And this Rickon Lucy combo was just able to eat it up when they were able to stay together, play together. It worked out perfectly for them. They absolutely tore them apart. And it brings into question, you know, how does this new champion fit into the meta? And so far, it looks terrifying.
Just a quick note of interest. Looks like Jade actually got the most damage during that tournament, during that round. So it'll be quite interesting to see if Glowing Weapons can pick themselves up, the boys from France. But Phear eSports, the boys from Sweden, will be going through to the semi-finals. We'll be back with more ESL Battlerite action right after this.